Hello, happy Thursday. Right, so again, we're going to make a resin keychain from the Fur Babies paper kit. So this is one of the dogs anyway. I've coloured it in. It's from the coloured kit, the Create kit. And what I'm doing here is I'm covering the back with a UV resin. I just covered it over. I'm using a silicone tool and I've got it on a piece of parchment paper so it doesn't stick. So, again, just covering it over with plain UV resin. And this is another video because the dog, aka the most human dog in the world, is still being a monster. I can hear the eyes rolling. People say, it's a dog. I know. Well, I've had dogs all my life and I've never known one be as much trouble as Bella. Never, honestly. She's just, at this point, I'm starting to think she's crazy. But it'll be a fortnight soon. She's back at the vets on Saturday and I will be live Sunday come hell or high water. And we are going to play with this Fur Babies paper kit and make something cool if it kills us. So again, I'm very, very sorry, but the dog has taken over my life. I love it to death, but I might strangle if she doesn't behave. No, I won't. No, I won't. Now, the one thing I would have done here differently is I would have given the back of it a coat of matte medium or gel medium or PVA glue or something, just because you can see it's slightly colouring the paper. It doesn't happen on the front because obviously that's already printed for you. So if you get the Colour Create kit that you've got to colour yourself, I would give it a coat of something before you cut them out. So colour them, coat them, cut them out, and then work on the resin just so the paper doesn't discolour at all. So I've done the back, and what I've done is I've kind of flash cured it for about 30 seconds, right, say about a minute, or however long that was, you'll be able to see in the video, and then I've turned it over. The parchment paper will make sure that doesn't stick, but by doing that flash cure, it will make sure that the paper doesn't curl, and then I turn it over and I do the same thing on the front. It does get a few coats, but just thin coats, but it's worked out absolutely brilliant, and it's just another way of using your paper kits in a different way that you can do pretty much everything. So if you do fairs and things like that, you could personalise these dogs as gifts. I mean, it could be bag charms, keychains. You could even make a necklace with them because there's loads of different sizes in the kit. Earrings even. It's just crazy. The things you can do with paper, it is just pure alchemy, honestly. So I'm using the bigger light here, but again, you can just use a torch to do it. It would take a little bit longer, and you'd move it around so it caught all of the resin just to cure it. So what I'm doing here is I've done the front, I've popped it under, and I'm not going to leave it on for the full 2 minutes. I haven't edited this video at all. This is warts and all. This is the full video, start to finish, just like it will be in a live. So tell me about your week. Has yours been as insane as mine? Have you got a puppy that is like having a toddler? At this point, it's like I've given birth to it myself. It's like having a child. I don't even know how else to explain it. But by Saturday, she goes back to the vets. We're hoping that they are going to say, she's fine. Let her be crazy. And then I can let her out in the garden and she can run every bit of this energy off that she's got. So there we go. I haven't done it fully, but it's stuck to the parchment there, but not fully stuck. And then what I do is I turn it over and I turn the parchment over so there's no extra bits of resin that's going to stick to the front and give it a weird texture. And then I take some more UV resin. It uses tiny, tiny amounts. There is UV resin on my website, which is emmashappyplace.co.uk, if you would like to go and have a look. Also, the paper kits are there, and there's goodie bags on there, which are just incredible. The goodie bags have got, it's not stuff that's already on the web. I would say 98% of it is stuff that has never been on the website. But there's watercolour kits, there's stencils, there's Sizzix dies, there is so much stuff. They're £20 and you get £40 worth of stuff in it. I'm hoping people that have already got them are absolutely loving them and they will write a review. Hint, hint, if you're watching this. Tell me what you think. So again, I've gone over the back and I am doing another thin coat. So it doesn't take long. I mean, I did this whole video in 20 minutes and I was stopping and starting it to stop the dog from doing somersaults and whatever. So I go around the front with a better coat this time, and the front is where you want it to be the better coat. I do use Iprosol alcohol in a mister to get any bubbles and things out, but again, if you popped in some like fine glitter into this, the bubbles, you probably wouldn't be able to see it. Obviously you wouldn't want like masses of glitter on the front, but a slight sheen would be absolutely lovely. And this dog, you can have it to any colour that you want. Obviously in the pre-coloured kit, I've coloured the dog, so I've done quite a few different colours, but if you want a particular colour dog, then I would get the colour create kit and colour it yourself. You can use watercolours, pencils, pens, alcohol markers, anything you want on the paper kit. The paper is that's printed on is 160 GSM, and it is a good all-rounder, and you get some fabulous backgrounds in there as well. Don't forget you can also do the fabric transfer, and there's just so many things you can do with it. It's just blows my mind what you can do with paper. So again, just pushing it around using a silicone tool. You can use a wooden stick for this if you want to. Whatever's easiest for you. Always wear your gloves as well. Health and safety first. And there's my sleeve. You can tell I haven't edited this, can't you? I'm looking for the fine mister. You can see my finger going. I'm looking for the fine mister of the alcohol spray just to get any bubbles out. Yeah, it's so funny watching myself, the things I do, honestly. So I must have found something or decided there wasn't enough bubbles in. So there we go. Super hard, super fabulous. Any little bits that come over the side, just trim off if there's any uneven bits. I'm doing it now just so it's nice and tidy. Just keeping it tidy, basically. And I mean, there's not much. It's quite easy to keep the resin on. And then what I'm going to do for the back, because I didn't coat the back with anything to start off with, I'm going to add glitter to the back. But again, personalise this. Now, I only had really chunky glitter. I think a fine glitter would have been better, but I still like it. It still turned out cool, and I want to make more. And I will, as soon as I'm allowed to, and I'm not being bullied anymore. Oh, I'm so badly done to. Tell me, are anybody else's dogs like this? Or is it literally just mine? Have I just got that crazy? Saying that, Luna's fine. Luna's a dog. Luna's like so chilled out. She'll lie by herself. She'll not cry to be up as soon as I'm doing anything away from her. Like, I don't know. Bella's a Frenchie, if that makes any sense to anybody else. So all I'm doing again is still using the silicone tool, just pushing it around. I'm trying not to let the resin go over, the glitter go over the edge. So I'm taking it as far up as I can to the edge of it without it like going over the top too much with it being a chunky glitter. Like I say, I'm totally blown away with what you can do with paper. It is awesome. What more can I say? I'm totally addicted to it. But just moving it around. Say mesmerised again, just watching it. I love it. Does anybody just craft and make anybody else feel like this? It's just, I miss it so much when I can't do it. I really do. It just makes me happy. It really is my happy place. So again, just moving it around, keeping the chunky bits away from the edge, and then I just cure it again for a couple of minutes. It doesn't take long. It's UV resin for things like this and making jewellery and stuff is awesome. I have got some new moulds that I want to play with as well with the epoxy resin, so I think we'll do a live on that as well. Hopefully. So again, pop this under and you get to listen to me waffle for a little bit longer. You can mute us though if you just want to watch the pictures. I mean, that's the beauty of videos. Oh, there, look, I did skip that bit for you, but look how cool that is. And that is the back, so the back's pretty as well as the front. I did get a little bit of resin on, but it just came off because it must have been before it was cured. So I'm going to do a final top coat on here. Just to keep it all nice, slightly domed. It stayed nice and flat. I mean, there's a little bit of warping, but you can't really tell much at all. So I'm giving it a nice coat this time. Again, don't use too much. You don't want it to go all over. And it's just trial and error learning how much to put on. So again, moving it all around. This top coat, you really do want to spray it with the alcohol, or give it a quick waft with a heat tool to pop any of the bubbles, just to stop any imperfections. I mean, as it turned out, I got absolutely no bubbles in it whatsoever, and it looks so, so good. So in the kit, we've got a dog that could be a Frenchie, it could be a Boston Terrier, any kind of dog like that. We've got this one, which could be any, loads of dogs look like this. I mean, it could be an Alsatian. It just depends on how you colour it. We've got one that looks like a Scottie, or a, what's the other one called? The Scottie and the... Anyway, it looks like that dog. There's a white and a black one, isn't there? And it looks like that kind of dog. But it could also be like a Yorkshire Terrier or something like that. And then we've got a one sitting in a kennel, which again could be so many different kind of dogs. And then there's a one which is a bit like Luna. Well, it is Luna. I drew it off a picture of Luna. But that could be a Labrador. It could be a Whippet type dog. It's more like a puppy. And then there's a couple of cats in there as well. And then extra elements. Yeah, I'm really chuffed with how it turned out, and the backing papers are fabulous. Right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm tidying up the edges. I'm just using a craft knife. Be very careful. I'm shocked I didn't lose a finger here. Just be very careful. And then I take a little bit of sandpaper to get any sharp edges of anything off. That bit there, it doesn't come off, so I get the sandpaper. It was a bit chunky. And then what I've got here is just a little handheld drill. It's not a Dremel, it's a cheap version of it. It's more like an electric toothbrush, to be honest, but it works absolutely fantastic for popping holes and things through things like this. Or you could use one of the handheld drills, which takes no power at all, and it just takes 2 minutes to use. This was just next to us, so I picked this up. Normally, if the other one had been closer to us, I would have just used that one rather than dealing with wires and things, just for one key chain anyway. This one would be awesome if you had a conveyor belt going. So there we go. I just pop it through. Goes through a dream. It does get hot, these ones, so if you do get one, don't touch the end. And that's it. Nice and neat. Straight through. Fabulous. Again, blown away by what paper can do. It's just incredible. It makes us so happy. I keep saying it, but it does every time. I mean, even just sitting colouring. I was sitting drawing last night, and the dog, the person dog, just came and sat on my book, like climbed up onto my knee and sat on the book. And I just thought, well, I'm not doing that anymore, am I? So I do grab the keychain find in here and just attach it, and it looks awesome. There is a picture coming up at the end, but if you're still here, thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And I will be back Sunday, 7 or 7:30 p.m, probably 7, and we will do something fantastic. Leave us a comment underneath. Let us know what you think of it. Let us know what your dogs were like, and I hope you have a lovely weekend. But here it is, all done. There's a picture coming up. Lots of love, and bye for now.